If this found you today, it's not a coincidence. There's a very specific message your soul wants you to hear before 2025 closes out. You can choose your pile based on the image that you're drawn towards the most using your intuition. Alternatively, I've grouped the piles today based on birth months because December energy is tuning directly into your personal frequency. Pile 1 holds the January, February, June, September vibration. Pile 2 is for my May, August, November, December souls. And Pile 3 is calling the March, April, July, and October tribe. So trust your intuition, trust that inner nudge, and let's see what December has lined up for your path. Welcome pile number 1 to your reading. So you chose this pile because you were drawn towards this image, or you chose this pile because your birth month could either be January, February, June, or September. So let's see what's your December forecast. Okay, so we already have one card fall out. That would be your current energy. So we're going to take a look at your December 2025 forecast. Welcome. We have the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Wow, lovely. So let's start with your reading. So first up, we'll look at your current energy, which is the Seven of Swords, which was the first card that fell out while I was shuffling. Yes, so your current energy is trying to tell me that you are probably in some kind of a strategizing mode, and this could be because you could be planning something, your next move. That could be the case. That's your current energy. Or for others, it could also mean that for some of you, you could have probably dodged a bullet, just lately. That could be the case. I mean, there are different scenarios what this current energy could mean. Your underlying energy, which was the bottom of the deck, which was the Emperor, clearly states that the energies that are kind of underlying within you are that of, practicality, stability, good authority, like the perfect man, that kind of energy. That's the underlying energy. Here you are in some kind of a strategy mode wherein you are planning your next steps. Some of you may have dodged something like a situation that could have been coming up, you could have come across, and maybe you just dodged it last minute. That could be your current energy. We'll see what is crossing you or something that you need to integrate within you, which is the Five of Pentacles. So this is telling me that you need to work on your abandonment issues. There is this sense of feeling abandoned, rejected, that feeling of lack. So you need to work over this particular aspect of yourself. And that's the energy that is trying to kind of tell you that you need to integrate this within you, wherein you understand that it's not always about, being left out or rejected. Sometimes it's the way we think, the kind of thoughts that we think, and we create those kind of instances or circumstances wherein we feel abandoned, but it may not be the case. That's, just the thoughts that are within us. The lack mentality also is the same. So if you understand in the meaning of manifestation, if you believe in manifestation, then I'm sure you are aware that when your thoughts are powerful enough and they create your reality, then you have to understand what kind of thoughts you need to entertain within your mind. Whether, those thoughts are of lack, or those thoughts are of abundance. So you're being guided to do that. You're being guided to also, strategize accordingly. Let's see what are the past energies that you just recently came out of. That's the Tower card. Okay, that explains, there is something that suddenly happened, some shakeup that happened in the recent past for you, which caused these current energies within you. This could have been anything, maybe a circumstance, situation, something related to finances, something that kind of shook your world and made you kind of get into this, negative kind of a mode thinking pattern. That could have been the case. And it can also be possible that, for those whom I said you could have just dodged a bullet, there was this Tower moment that happened and you were saved because of some kind of divine intervention. Because the Tower card also means divine intervention, and it can mean in either way. Sometimes we are being guided by our higher self to take a certain approach, to take a certain path, but somehow we are so blinded by the amount of illusion around us that we do not listen to that inner voice within us. And then, we just go on with our lives without really listening to that inner voice, without really listening to that voice that comes from your higher self. And then that is when, what happens, the Tower card happens, basically the divine intervention, where, your higher self decides, let me just, let me kind of make that change, bring about that shake-up, and bring about this change in this soul's life. So let's see what is the future that you are entering into. Ace of Swords. This is beautiful. So after this whole Tower moment, this whole shake-up and everything really falling down for you, now you come into that clarity. You understand finally that this is what I want in life. This is what I need to go towards. This is the path that I need to take. So there is this moment of beautiful clarity that's coming right in the future for you, wherein you are in a position to, that whole illusion is gone completely. That whole sense of the curtain of illusion completely is, it gets cleared, and there is this clarity that comes in where you can take the right decision. So let's see what's on your awareness, in your conscious mind. It's the Three of Pentacles. So somewhere you are consciously thinking of collaborating with people, doing something together, like teamwork. There's work also on the top of your mind, like you are probably busy. Your thoughts are also busy thinking about, like this Seven of Swords also is like a strategizing card. Somewhere you are strategizing, how do I collaborate, do something, finish a project, or start something new with this Ace of Swords. This is a new beginning. How do I bring this new project into fruition with the help of collaborating with a team? So that's on the top of your mind. Let's see what is there in your subconscious somewhere within. Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is clearly saying that you have been subconsciously really waiting for that right moment to bring about some kind of a change in your life. And you've been quite resilient and patient all along. And you are right towards that last particular leg where, you are just about to reach that finish line. So here there is guidance that do not give up now, because you have almost reached that last leg of your marathon where you're just about to touch the finish line. And your subconscious knows about it. Like you are just about there. You have done the work. You have done, you've shown that amount of patience, control, and resilience, and you are about to bear the fruits of your patience and your hard work. Let's see what are the blessings that are coming your way. So there's Temperance. So there's a sense of balance that's coming in for you. The blessing is such that this blessing is something that you've been craving for, you've been wanting. And that is, after this whole Tower moment, you're bringing in this sense of balance within your energies. And there's this yin and yang balance that happens. So you're trying to balance your energies after this whole shake-up and this whole difficult period that you went through. So yes, this is a sort of blessing that's coming your way, wherein a sense of balance is maintained, and you have that potential in you to alchemize any situation. So this blessing of alchemizing a situation, so if at all, even in the future, if there are any such tower moments that come up or any such difficult situations that come up, you have this blessing of being able to alchemize those situations. So they don't look like really, massive shakeups, but they just seem like a small, bump on the road, which you just kind of, cross. So that's your first blessing. The second one, which you're not even aware of, is the King of Wands. So along with this whole, whatever you've gone through, you are coming with, you are getting this blessing of being enterprising, confident, and having that leadership kind of quality that's coming within you. So this is a blessing. So very soon you'll find yourself being able to take the kind of decisions like, being an entrepreneur, that kind of that is a, personality that you will start developing, because the underlying energy was also of the Emperor, which is like the energy of a leader, a born leader. So you start seeing those changes within your personality, and you automatically see that you also start moving towards this particular direction where you can start something on your own, like, own your own, say a business or anything, which belongs to you, where you are the owner. So that's a beautiful blessing that's coming. Let's see, what are your hopes and fears? Three of Swords. So you are so fearful of being rejected with this Five of Pentacles card. You're so of, your fear is something which is coming in the middle of you achieving your highest potential. That fear of again being rejected, abandoned, or feeling let down, fear of heartbreak, that's your fear. But if you can see, if you notice, these are your blessings that are coming. So you don't need to be, you don't need to really fear that whole feeling of being rejected or abandoned. Somewhere, like I said right in the beginning, it is all a state of your mind, the kind of thoughts that we entertain. And the thoughts that we continuously, throughout the day we entertain, those are the thoughts that we become, those are the situations that we attract towards us. So you have to think absolute empowering thoughts, which make you feel like the King of Wands, like the Emperor, something which kind of balances your energy. What's your potential outcome is, we'll see. The Hanged Man. Okay, lovely. So, you know what? This tells me in this context that with this tower moment that you had and the whole shakeup that you had in the recent past, you are coming across as the complete, an entire, like a complete person who is now able to look at situations from a new, different perspective. So this December seems to be the month for you wherein you are going to actually take that pause and take that much needed, much needed relaxation break. Look at the situation from a higher perspective and then change your future course of action, where you move towards this new future, where you start something new with this amazing, beautiful, clear idea that comes in. You collaborate with other people, and you also at the same time have something which basically means it belongs to you. It's like your baby, something that you start. So December is a month for you to really think, take that time out and come up with a new game plan, because you are going to start something new in the coming year. And that, whatever new that you're starting, whatever you start in the coming year, is actually going to sustain for the next 9-year cycle, because 2026 is the number one year, so to speak. So let's see what are the blessings that are coming your way. We'll ask the angels first. Your first blessing is divine magic. So after the divine intervention comes the divine magic, wishes, goals, dreams, and accomplishment. So you are clearly accomplishing something, and you are clearly meeting, actually manifesting the goals that you really sought out to manifest. You are going to be doing that, provided, like what I mentioned, you actually look at everything from a different perspective. Take that time out. That's a very good guidance that's coming in for you, pile number 1, for the month of December. Just take a break for some time and think things through. Your next blessing is peace, connected, journey, balanced and clearing. So again, a sense of balance coming here. You're in a position to alchemize any kind of situation that you come across, and you will be in a position to do that. Bring about balance in your life, or bring about balance in the lives of others that are around you, your friends, your family, colleagues, people you work with. And I see a good alignment coming in your energy field, like a good alignment of all the chakras. So that also means good health, good vitality, balanced energy. Along with that, what you can expect is good balanced finances, good finances happening for you. And along with that, so I see a lot of balance coming in the material world for you. So yes, that's your blessing coming in. We'll see what are, we'll take one card from this deck. Moderation. So again, moderation is trying to tell me bringing about balance. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthily. Although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. So again, you're being asked to bring about moderation. Alchemize any situation that comes into your life which is difficult, which is imbalanced, which is creating some kind of disbalance in your, like a disharmony around you. So you have that strength, you have the ability to bring about moderation in your life and in the lives of others around you. So yes, moderation is one of the blessings. I feel that's a blessing that's coming your way. You're in a position to bring about that moderation in your life. And we'll take a couple of cards from this deck. So the first card, first quarter moon in Sagittarius, believe in your good luck. So you're coming across some good luck surely in the month of December. Expect some good luck coming your way and make the most of it, because after this difficult journey, you are coming across something good, and I think you just need to grab it with both your hands, because that is something that you deserve. Second blessing is full moon in Gemini. Embrace the flow of life and then go with the flow. As simple as that. Adopt moderation, bring about balance in your life, take that much needed break. Maybe you can travel somewhere, take a holiday, or think about all the situations in your life, bring a practical plan into motion. Think from a higher perspective if there are certain things which you're not able to understand, and surely when you embrace the flow and you go with the flow, things start to fall into place. So that was your reading, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, then yes, do please press that like button. And if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so, because that helps me to connect with your energies and your reading turns out to be much more accurate. And yes, I will see you in my next reading. Lots of love, light, power and magic to you all. Bye. Welcome, pile number 2, to your reading. So you chose this pile because you were drawn towards this image, or you chose this pile because your birth month could either be May, August, November or December. So let's quickly start with your reading. We'll understand what's your December forecast, December 2025 forecast. Welcome, pile number. We have the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So let's see what is your current energy, pile number 2. We have the Three of Wands energy. So pile number 2, you are on this journey where you are expecting or anticipating something, and especially you're quite hopeful about something that is coming in the future for you. These are your current energies. You have probably set out on this journey, maybe started something just some time back, and you are actually hopefully waiting for the results, or not exactly the results, but yes, you have just set out on this journey and you're anticipating how this is moving ahead. Those are your current energies. Let's see what is the energy that is crossing you or that needs to be integrated. Okay, so we have the Tower card. So somewhere this is again, now the Tower card also came for pile number 1. Now here it's coming as the energy which needs to be integrated. So I think you're being guided by your higher soul or your guides or your angels, by the higher energies, to actually look at a particular situation, circumstance, and make some kind of changes. Because if you don't, then you need to, if that doesn't happen, like I said, even for pile number 1, if that doesn't happen, then that is when divine intervention happens. And yes, the higher beings then, or the higher soul takes over and pushes you towards that particular action that you need to take. So somewhere you're being asked to look at a certain situation and take that action which is required. If not, then there is a Tower moment, there is some kind of a shake-up, there is going to be some kind of divine intervention that could happen in December for you to be able to actually move on to the next level. And these are all lessons that happen in life. So as and when any lesson, if the higher soul keeps waiting for the actual soul to perform certain, like move on the path accordingly and move towards that purpose or goal. But if it seems like that soul is not actually taking that required action, then it takes over and it kind of pushes you to take that action. So before that happens, this is like an advice or guidance that's coming in advance, that take that particular action which you are required to. Don't wait, and don't keep, for some of you, I feel, don't push things under the rug. We have that habit of, okay, we'll see it later. We have the habit of ignoring certain things, and we say, okay, let's just push it under the rug, and we'll maybe handle it later when the time is right. But that's not the case. You're being actually guided to face it and take the necessary action in whatever area of your life. Let's see what are your recent past energies that you came out of. It's the Seven of Pentacles. So you have just recently been working quite hard on something. You have done the hard work. You have sown the seeds, the right seeds. And yes, you have been anticipating, like I said, the Three of Wands. You've been waiting in anticipation for things to move forward. So those are your recent past energies that you've just come out of. You've started something, you've done something, you've sown the seeds, you've done everything. Now you're just waiting in anticipation for the results. Let's see what are your future energies likely to be. Five of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here is, so I get this feeling that there is this energy of you possibly going into that phase where you feel abandoned, feel rejected, or feel left out. That is a possibility if you do not really take the necessary action that you're being guided to do so. Maybe we can take a clarification card for this as well. Four of Swords. Okay, so that kind of explains. Now you've been waiting for something. See, again, this card also kind of tells me this energy of waiting for some kind of results. Now, what I'm getting is that you have two options. Either you go into this mode of you know, just taking that time out and letting life go with the flow and let things fall into place on their own, while at the same time you take the required action, the necessary actions, whatever you need to take in the present moment. But after you take that action or whatever you do, you just allow life to take its course. Just go with the flow, because if you don't, and if you don't take the required action right now, then there is a chance of you feeling abandoned, left out, rejected, or having some kind of a feeling of maybe, feeling that lack in terms of finances. That is a possibility, but you are being guided well in advance that take the necessary action, and after that just leave it to the universe. Have that faith that you've done your best and now the best is only coming towards you. Let's see what's in your conscious mind, in your awareness. We have the Seven of Swords somewhere in your mind. So these cards are very similar to pile number one, though I did good shuffling, but yet the cards are very similar. So it is possible that the energies in the collective are quite similar. So on the top of your mind, you are strategizing something. You're strategizing your next move. Or there is also a possibility that you're trying to hide from something. Or maybe you are consciously aware of the fact that someone around you is trying to manipulate you. Now, if you are aware of the fact that there are energies of manipulation around you, then you need to take that action of being upfront and letting them know that yes, you are aware, you are not foolish, so to speak, that you do not understand, because you do have pile number two, I do sense that feeling of having that discernment and wisdom. That kind of energy is there within you. So you do understand when someone is being manipulative, someone is trying to take advantage. You do understand, but you have the habit of not showing it to the opposite person. So the person across actually feels that you are not intelligent enough to understand this, but actually somewhere deep within you are aware. You, not even deep within, you are aware of it. It's just that you do not show it. So if, like I mentioned, if you have the habit of pushing things under the rug, ignoring and letting people take advantage, then you are being guided to actually just face it, come up front and let them know that you are aware what's happening. And then you avoid this tower situation, and then you let life take its course, and then everything falls smoothly. So yes, you are aware of if things are not really going in the correct manner. So let's see, what are you aware of subconsciously? What is running at the back of your mind? We have the Lovers card. So this is lovely. So I guess some of you, pile number two, are thinking of, somewhere subconsciously looking out for a partner if you're single, so to speak. The others, if you're already in a relationship, this may not be specifically a romantic relationship. This could also mean that subconsciously you are looking out for a partner in terms of, say, business. And if not that, then subconsciously you're trying to bring about an alignment within your masculine and your feminine within your energies, trying to bring about a balance. Your subconscious knows that there is a balance required and you are trying to bring about that balance. So when we say that, there is this, the feminine energy is of being intuitive and understanding, knowing what's happening behind the scenes. And what is the masculine energy? The masculine energy is of actually taking that required action. Also being able to say the right things at the right time, not pushing things under the rug. So that's the energy I'm clearly getting for you, pal number 2. And I think that's a very important guidance that's coming across for you. So you are well aware that you need to bring about this alignment within you, within your energies, and you are well aware of what's happening around you, but you need to take that action, that masculine energy of taking that action, standing up for yourself and speaking up for yourself. Let's see what are the blessings that are coming your way. We have the 9 of Wands energy. Now, this is something that this is telling me that you are right at the, again, 9 of Wands was also there in pile number 1. So, 9 of Wands is you are right towards the end of that finish line and you're about to reach your goal. That's your blessings. You're almost there and you just need to give that last bit of a push and reach the finish line. That's your first blessing, and this is in your control. So the more you put in that effort, you are surely about to meet that goal in the month of December. Pile number 2. Your next blessing is the Hierophant. Wow. So this is something which is not in your control. This is just some blessing that's just coming your way without you even thinking about it or desiring it. It's a blessing that's coming for you in the month of December. Now, this tells me that for some of you, this could mean that this blessing is of, coming across as someone who is very knowledgeable and someone who is very wise. So you may have people approaching you for advice. So that could be your personality. For others, there is a possibility you will meet someone like a mentor who's going to give you the right advice for you to move ahead. That is the next blessing. What was the underlying energy was? The underlying energy was the Page of Wands. So Page of Wands gives me the feeling that somewhere you are at that starting, phase of that phase of just being inspired. Like there's this new creative inspiration coming up. So that creative inspiration, which is the underlying energy, could get that boost with this mentor who you will come across, or could get the boost by your own wisdom and the way you or your personality kind of develops as you go ahead. And December is the month you will see this in your energies. Either you will see it in your energies or you will attract someone who you will come across who will give you this kind of advice. Very good advice. The next is we'll see what are your hopes and fears. Again, 3 of Swords. So again, pile number 2. This was for pile number 1 as well. So 3 of Swords is telling me you are really fearful of, again, that abandonment, feeling of being rejected. So you're being told that there's no need to, because you need to allow the universe to take over. You have all the tools at your disposal to bring about that, the whatever you are anticipating, and you are waiting for things to fall into place, things to move ahead. You have everything to bring it into shape, bring it into action. So this fear of abandonment, being rejected, you need to let go of. And what's the potential outcome? 10 of Pentacles. Now, what more could you ask for? So finally, you with this Five of Pentacle energies moving from this to the Ten of Pentacles. Clearly, December is the month where you are coming across good finances, provided you take the right action. And you will take, because you have the right guidance in front of you. There is a lot of good money you will be coming across. For some of you, there is a possibility of inheritance happening. If some things were not moving ahead, there is a possibility that inheritance will also happen for you, for some of you. And yes, I see good family time also for some of you. You'll spend good time with your family. Maybe some of you would be going on a holiday, meeting your family. If you're staying away from your family, you'll be finally, going back to your family, staying there for your holidays. Let's see what are the other blessings or any guidance that we come across. So we have Archangel Jophiel, pink, compassion, self-care, simplification, and beauty. This is clear-cut guidance coming for you that you need to have compassion for yourself before anything else. Clearly, there are some kind of manipulative energies around you. And unless you do not have that sense of self-esteem and self-worth, you won't be in a position to really tackle such situations. So the minute you find that compassion for yourself, you will automatically be able to come out of these energies which are not good for your growth. So yes, work on yourself, on your self-esteem. Maybe some of you, month of December is the time to go pamper yourself, do something for yourself. Maybe possibly, just go buy new clothes for yourself, change your wardrobe if possible, if it if required. You can change your look, maybe your hairstyle. That is a possibility. Month of December, you might just go for some kind of a change. Open your heart to love, vulnerability, forgiveness, allowing, and community. Again, here, the heart, it's very important. We have the Lovers card as well. So somewhere you're being asked to open your heart. December is going to be the month where your heart really opens up, finally. And that is, the minute your heart opens up, things fall into place automatically. You don't even need to do anything about that. You really don't need to work hard towards that, because heart is the center. Heart is the place where the heart chakra is the place where the minute it opens up and it's balanced and it's doing its job, what it's meant to do, that is when manifestation happens. That is when things stabilize around you, things fall into place, and everything, just there's success that comes up. So it's very important to concentrate on working on your heart chakra. So we have two cards that came out. Go outside, connect with nature. That's your It's time to go outside, tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are, and feel at one with your habitat. So if you're taking that much needed break in the month of December, go outside, connect with nature. Is going to help you. Also, grounding is going to help you. If you can walk bare feet on grass, it will help you. You will be able to let go of all that fear, anxiety, the fear of rejection. So go out, connect with nature. Friendship. Fairies and human alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. So yes, December is the time when you will meet some new friends as well, apart from, say, a mentor or anything, and you can make new friendships. Maybe let go of the ones which are manipulative in nature, which do not serve your highest potential. I would say let go of those friendships and just be open to life, and you will have the right people you will come across in due course. And we'll see a couple of cards from this deck. Last quarter, moon in Pisces. Talk less and feel more. Okay, that's guidance. That's self-explanatory. Just talk less, listen more. feel more. Your heart chakra is about to open. The minute you talk less, and your intuition opens up. Pisces is the sign of good intuition. So the minute your heart chakra opens up, balances it out, you will feel that your intuition is much more deeper. You don't feel the need to talk much. You listen more, try and feel more, feel the emotions around you. The next one, a new moon in Scorpio, go deeper. What more? I mean, these are both are water signs. Scorpio is telling you to go deeper. So go deeper within. Maybe the Four of Swords, which is in the near future, which came as a clarification card, also tells you to sometimes just take it slow, relax, and just go with the flow and take that time out to meditate, go deeper, go within. And the minute you open your heart, you attract all the good things in life. So that was your reading, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, then please do press that like button. And if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so, because it helps me to connect with your energies, and you'll find that your readings are much more accurate. So I will close my reading here. I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love, light, power, and magic to you all. Bye. Welcome, pile number 3, to your reading. So you chose this pile because you were drawn towards this image, or you may have chosen this pile because your birth month could either be March, April, July, or October. So we will pull out a few cards and understand what's your December 2025 forecast. We have the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So pile number 3, I'm sensing this sense of fiery energy within you, like something that you're very passionate about. You want to go ahead and do something, take that action. That's the underlying energy within you. We'll see what's your current energy. So your current energy is the Nine of Wands energy. So you are pile number 3. There's a lot of strength, courage, and resilience and patience within you. You're waiting for something. So you're currently you're in that phase where you've just about reached the ending, but not yet. You've not yet touched the finish line. But your current energy is of you're at that point where you are just almost about to lose patience. Like you've been through a lot. There is that underlying energy, that fiery energy also within you to take action, do something. But you've almost reached that last leg, and somewhere you're just, there is a possibility you may just want to give up, but not yet. That's the main guidance here. Don't give up yet, because you've just about reached that the last phase of your marathon where you're just about to reach the finish line. And I think what I'm getting this feeling that December is the month where you're actually going to achieve that, whatever you've been waiting for so long, patiently. Let's see what is the energy crossing you. So we have the Five of Cups energy. So somewhere again, there's a lot of the energy of disappointment, in the collective, because I'm getting very similar energies for all the 3 piles. There's a sense of loss or disappointment, and this is the energy crossing you. So somewhere you're being asked to not let it get the best of you and, give up, which is what I said earlier, that, you're at that finish line, but you can't see that line because you're kind of running too fast. You're out of patience. You're unable to see that finish line. So you're on the verge of just feeling disappointed and giving up. But that's your guidance. Do not give up. You're just almost towards the finish line. So don't give up, pile number 3. Let's see what's your past energy that you just came out of. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So clearly there's something really good that may have happened in the recent past. and there was some kind of good luck or some kind of fortune that you just came across in the recent past, and it may not even be connected to your current situation. It was something else. You did come across something. It gave you that momentary satisfaction, that feeling of hope that, yes, things are working out. And it also gives me the feeling that this wheel of fortune is on the verge of, that's the past energy. So it's on the verge of moving in your favor. This is where your current energy comes in, where you are just on the verge of losing that patience, but that wheel of fortune is backing you. It's just your past energy. It's there, right behind you, waiting to turn in your favor. So there is a possibility for some of you, you came across something which kind of gave you that little bit of hope just some time back. And for most of you, the energy that I'm getting is this wheel just started kind of spinning in your favor. You're right at the last leg, and it's just waiting to move in your favor. Let's see what's your future energy. Wow. I mean, what more can I tell you? This is the Sun card. There is happiness, positivity, visibility, appreciation, and a lot of fun, happiness coming in December for you. That is provided you do not lose this patience. If for some of you, if you all are, in the online field where you are creating some kind of content or something, there is a possibility you may get, you may get that required visibility, wherein you get a lot of subscribers, possibly people who, get a lot of views. There is a possibility for that as well. For some of you, you could come across like a promotion or something, or you may get that sense of applause or praise for something that you've done, but you are coming into that. So this is where the whole story comes into place, where don't lose that hope or patience. What's at the top of your mind in your awareness? It's the Knight of Cups. So somewhere in your awareness, there is this hope and this feeling of really doing something which you love. You've been waiting for that. This is something which fulfills you. For the others, there is a possibility you're waiting for someone to approach you. If it is, a romantic situation where you're waiting for. So somewhere in your awareness, you're thinking of that person. You're waiting for someone to actually approach you. For the others, or if you're thinking about it romantically, you may be considering approaching someone else in the month of December. The other, the opposite person, you could be approaching with a proposal or anything. That is also possible. For some of you, in your awareness, there is this, if it is something which is related to work, then in your awareness, there is this possibility that you will be approached for a particular job or a new responsibility, which is something which is very close to your heart. Or you may approach some other organization, or to ask for a particular project or work related, which is very close to your heart. That is a possibility. Let's see what's the underlying energies beneath the surface. Nine of Swords. So pile number 3, I don't understand, what are you worrying about? In your subconscious, you are worrying about a lot of things. That is where this Five of Cups energy is coming. You have everything working in your favor, but then you have this habit of worrying, creating unnecessary fears. Subconsciously, you're worrying about things which may not even be true. You're just creating, sometimes we do get addicted to the habit of worrying. If there is nothing else to worry, we just are so used to worrying and being stressed that we just make up new stories in our mind just to worry about those things. So somewhere you need to work on your underlying energies which are, beneath the surface, wherein you have this constant need to worry about things. And the minute you put them into place, you'll see that, the quality of your sleep also improves, because I feel pile number 3, you're not sleeping well as well. Too many things on your mind. And that too, which actually don't make sense, because you have the wheel of fortune in your favor just in the recent past, and you are moving towards this success and fame. Let's see, what are your blessings? This is the Page of Wands. So in terms of blessings, this is something which you truly desire. So there's the underlying energy of Knight of Wands also tells me that, sorry, there is this whole sense of fiery energy within you to bring about something, make something, create something. And that's the blessing that you're getting as well. You are in a position to, bring about that change and create something new in the month of December. And you surely will. Also, if it's related to a romantic relationship, then there is this new hope beginning that's happening for you in the month of December. Next blessing is Seven of Swords. So again, very similar cards, a few similar cards to pile number 1 and 2. Seven of Swords as a blessing tells me that, and this is not something which you are, desiring yourself. This is something which you're getting on your own. And this blessing tells me that you're getting this very kind of wisdom to really strategize and come out of your problems without any issues, and it's happening really beautifully for you, because you're being gifted with the right kind of thoughts and the mind to be able to bring about the right kind of solutions to any kind of problems in the month of December. So you're getting that beautiful strategic thinking in the month of December, the right kind of thoughts, the right kind of energy to strategize and bring about solutions for any issues. Though I don't see really any issues so far. What are your hopes and fears? The Hermit. So maybe pile number 3, I feel as if I look at it from the hope perspective, you are hoping for some kind of quiet time wherein you can actually go into a little bit of isolation and go into this deep reflection mode, where you can have some time to yourself and come out with some kind of solutions for the things in your life right now, whatever circumstances are. And December is a month where you probably are able to get into that mode, just kind of bring about that little bit of time to yourself, and you're able to remove that time for yourself to actually introspect and work out some solutions to any of the situations where solutions are required. And what is your potential outcome? 8 of Swords. Wow. Now this is interesting. I feel I should remove a clarification card for this. But right off the bat, what I'm understanding is that with the 8 of Swords, you are, like I said, you have this habit of always worrying about things which, or about certain circumstances or situations which do not exist. And with you coming across such blessings, coming across the sun in the future energy, what I'm feeling is that you are finally able to break free from your own negative thought patterns and any kind of belief systems within you which keep you tied down unnecessarily. Because from this reading, I'm clearly getting this whole energy of yours wherein wherein you create your own problems even if they do not exist. That is the kind of energy I'm getting for you, pile number 3. So I feel that you are in a position to break free from this situation in the month of December finally, wherein you can experience this moment. I will also remove a or clarification card. Look, Ace of Cups. Finally, when you break free from these negative thought patterns, what happens? You finally have this Ace of Cups energy that enters your life. This is a new beginning. It could be new love entering your life, or it could be you yourself feeling so fulfilled and so complete that you're in a position to share that love with others. Because, I mean, it is quite clear you cannot share from an empty cup. So, if your own cup is filled to the brim and overflowing, that is when you can share it with others. So December is the time where you completely break free from these shackles of those negative thought patterns which you are unnecessarily creating. Pile number 3, this 5 of Cups energy also, you need to get out of it, and you come into this phase of Ace of Cups. Now we'll see what are the blessings coming your way. I pull out 2 cards from this deck. So your first card is Uriel, Archangel Uriel, which is the color red. Emotions, healing, devotion integrated. So clearly this is telling me that you are in a position to heal yourself. Heal all your worries, let go of these negative thought patterns, and you completely heal your heart, and you have that opportunity to move into this content and fulfilled phase in the month of December. The next card is again Jophiel, Archangel Jophiel. This is compassion, self-care, simplification, and beauty. So pile number 2 had the same card. Again, it's telling me that December is the month where you're going to pamper yourself, or you're going to take that time out for self-care. Some of you may just have a change of wardrobe, or change your the way you dress up, or your hairstyle, anything to do with your appearance. There is some change on the cards, and there is this sense of feeling fulfilled, and there is this glow up which is happening for you nonetheless, because if you integrate the Ace of Cups energy, here again integration is coming in. You integrate the Ace of Cups energy, you clearly you don't even need to do anything to look good. You automatically get that glow on the face. So December is the month where you actually find that difference. I'll take a card from this deck. Ask for help. So this is guidance coming in. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone. And the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. So if at all you're going through any kind of sleepless nights, or going through certain thought patterns which are actually just self-harming kind of thoughts, or feelings of being rejected or abandoned, then you need to ask for help. If you're unable to do it on your own, help yourself. And yes, your higher self is there to help you out. That is what your higher self, you can always ask for help, or you can ask the angels or your guides, and help is around the corner. You're being told that you are surrounded by them. They're just waiting for you to ask. And we'll see the last 2 cards for December. New moon in Aquarius, open up to change. So yes, clearly open up to change. Again, this is guidance. You're being asked to change the way you think, change your thought patterns, and accept that yes, sometimes you do make mistakes, and you bring about that change in your personality, in terms of where only in those areas which require a change, not otherwise, because otherwise you are clearly, you're complete, you're whole, and you're fulfilled. The next card is New Moon in Capricorn, step up and lead. So there's an opportunity to lead, and this could be possible in the month of January, in the new year. There is a possibility you might just step up and lead, and this could be for a project or something where you're working in your work area, or any particular area where you're working in a group where you might be expected to step up and lead. This can also be possible in the month of December. So that was your reading, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, then please do press that like button And if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, please do so, because it helps me to connect with your energies and helps me, the readings come out much more accurate. So with that, I'll close my reading here and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love, light, power and magic to you all. Bye.